Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of Mad Dialogue with me, Michelle.
Me, Skylar.
I hope everybody's having a good week so far and looking forward to the weekend. I know I am, because at the time of filming this, it is actually Monday for us. So, yeah. But anyway, this week, I never actually go looking for things. They come and find me. So, and if it grips my attention, I think, okay, maybe this is interesting enough to talk about. But anyway, we are talking this week about Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls. Okay, so the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, South Africa, or OWLAG, as they call it for short, is a boarding school for girls, grades 8 to 12, which is 13 to 18. In age, in Henley-on-Klip, Gauteng province. Sorry if I've mispronounced that, South Africa. The school is a project begun by the American entrepreneur and philanthropist Oprah Winfrey in 2002, after discussion with former South African President Nelson Mandela in 2000. OWLAG opened in 2007 and its inaugural class of 72 girls graduated in 2011. Oprah Winfrey said that, the school was inspired by her own disadvantaged childhood. She stated she founded the Leadership Academy to provide educational and leadership opportunities for academically gifted girls from impoverished backgrounds in South Africa who exhibited leadership qualities for making a difference in the world. She wanted to help girls who grew up like her, economically disadvantaged, but not poor in mind or spirit. So it just goes on to say, what the school teaches and so on and so forth. And from what I've looked into, it seems like an amazing school. Apparently it cost her either 40 or 50 million to build the school. The grounds are beautiful, apparently. And I'm trying to see what else other information that I had. But so on the outside, it looks like an amazing school. Okay. So I just want to read some of the things that I found. Now, that information about the school was on Wikipedia. This is from some, it's called Reuters, Reuters. So it says South African parents are unhappy with Oprah's school. So parents of students at Oprah Winfrey's All-Girl Leadership Academy, I don't know why this won't let me scroll up. Let me click onto it. Okay. Parents of students at the academy say they want greater access to their children, comparing the school's restrictions on visits, phone calls, and email contact to prison rules. A few mothers complained that the 2-hour visit permitted one Sunday a month was not long enough to reconnect with their daughters who are staying full time at the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy.
2 hours a month?
Yeah. It was a nightmare. We had only 2 hours to see my child. Surely this isn't a prison or an institution, Frances Mans, the foster mother of student Gwyneth Mulder, was quoted as saying after a recent weekend visit. A second mother, Angela Conradi, said her own homesick daughter was very upset over the rules. Michelle phones me in tears sometimes, and then I don't know what to say to her, Conradi said. School authorities says Winfrey, currently back in South Africa for a short stint to teach and handle administrative issues, has spoken to concerned parents, but is not currently considering a major change to the visitation schedule. Now, my thing is, why are you restricting
parents from visiting their children?
Why are you restricting access? I mean, they've just left home for the first time.
Yeah, they're 13 years old.
And it doesn't say anything about, half-term breaks and do they go home
seems like
then?
Literally they just live there from the ages of 13 to 18. That is insane.
But why? Why are you restricting access to their children?
I can't remember the name for the life of me off the top of my head, but I watched a movie where it was an all-girls institution like that, and basically like these girls, they had to be so clean, and if they weren't clean, they were like taken away.
I think I know
that.
Which one you're talking
about. And then they were like trafficking them basically.
I do remember
faces and stuff for the women.
I do remember a film of that.
I cannot remember. And the girl, she'd been in bare movies like that. The girl who plays the part as well, but I cannot for the life of me remember.
But the thing about it is that, you know why it's worrying? Because, you know, Oprah allegedly, I always got to say allegedly, was on Epstein's list. Yeah. And allegedly linked to Diddy. Okay. And in the, you know, with the kind of money that these people have, it would be nothing to traffic these girls over to Diddy, Epstein's Island, whatever. Now, my thing is, when you're restricting access to people's children, who are they telling? Okay. And here's why. Because, this is from a BBC News. Now, I do want to add that please take into account when the school was opened, and this article is in 2010. When I went onto the website today, it actually said that the school was closed, but it had the opening hours from 9 to 4:30, Monday to Friday, and Saturday and Sunday it was open 24 hours a day. So then why is it saying that it's closed? Right. Okay. Or maybe it was time difference. So maybe you might want to check now, because that was a few hours ago. So check if the school is open. It's Oprah Winfrey's Leadership School. Right. Okay. Go to.
It still says closed.
Right. Right. Okay.
Hold on.
Just check the time in South Africa now, please. Because, check the time for me. I'm just checking something. Like, I just want to.
It's 9 o'clock at night.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. But when I checked, which was hours ago, the school would have been open. And that was this morning that I checked. So the school should have been open at that time, if indeed the school is actually open and still running. That will probably have to be an update for real. I might even go as far as to call the school, because I even went onto the admissions and it said that the admissions have closed for this year. So that would imply that the school is actually still open. Right. But I'm actually gonna double check and get back to you.
About fraudulent activity.
Right. Well, okay. So this article, like I said, is BBC News, and this was in 2010. Okay. So we are going back a little way. However, it's still relevant. Okay, with the context of the story. So the former matron of Oprah Winfrey School in South Africa has been cleared on charges of abusing girls there. Virginia Mokgobo, once again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the surname, had faced 14 charges relating to the sexual and physical abuse of 6 girls. Now, this is a woman, which, don't get me wrong, sexual abuse is wrong. We can agree on that. There's no two ways about it. But I find that it's worse when it's a woman. The reason I say that is because a woman is supposed to, the majority of the time, exude some kind of maternal instinct. Yeah. Nurturing. She's the matron. She was the matron, which means she's like taking the place of their mother. Right. Okay. So 14 charges related to the sexual and physical abuse of 6 girls. Oprah Winfrey has expressed her disappointment at the verdict, but said she was proud of the girls for having the courage to testify. Was she indeed? Or was she implicit in it? The US talk show host has said she was herself abused as a child and has campaigned against abuse in the US. Okay. It further went on to say the elite boarding school was also hit by another sex scandal the previous year, where 7 students were suspended for allegedly harassing a schoolmate. It doesn't, I'm presuming in the article that it is, and another article that I read, they did imply that it was sexual. Okay. And it's an all girls school. Okay. Were all of these girls like this before they got there?
Yeah, right.
How old are they? How old was the girl? Is it some kind of initiation that happens? Like I have so many questions. Okay. And finally, this was in 2011. Oprah Winfrey's School for Girls in South Africa is being rocked by a fresh scandal as police investigate the body of a newborn found in one of the students' bags, police said today. The baby's body was found last Wednesday in a bag the 17-year-old girl brought to a hospital where she was being treated for excessive bleeding. Police Lieutenant Colonel Lungelo Delamini told ABC News in a statement. It is believed that the girl, who has not been identified, gave birth at her school, the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, which is located outside Johannesburg. No charges have been filed against the girl, and and police will discuss the case with the Director for Public Prosecutions once the investigation has been finalized. Okay. Winfrey's team didn't want to comment on it because a minor was involved. But once again, if these girls are restricted from even visiting their family or their family visiting them, that means that they're restricted from going out and about. Who impregnated her? Another article. Oh no, this wasn't an article. I actually saw this interview. It was a podcast on TikTok, and it was said that it was a teacher. But
it's fuckeries, man. Because really and truly, see, this is one thing that I've always said as well, is when people like get DBS checked and stuff like that to work with children, yeah, my main thing has always been, who's to say for one, this person's been caught?
Exactly. Exactly.
Also, who's to say that they're gonna get the job? This is gonna be the first time they do something, you know? So there's gonna be nothing on them. And that's what I don't understand. You really just take that as, okay, well, they have no criminal records and, you know, no one has anything to say about them. So cool, you can be trusted. And I know there's not really much else you can do, but I also feel like meeting people as characters and having people, I don't know, but it's just the fact that these people get to work in these positions and then shit like this happens.
And for me, it's the thing where if, you know, you have to be worried about a female around all girls, how much more do you have to be worried about a male? And I'm not saying that all males have that intention in mind, but at the same time, it's no secret that there has been, I mean, you hear about it practically every week where a teacher has groomed a student. I'll be honest, more lately it's been women with you know, male students, but nevertheless,
I'm being so baffed when they get caught,
but nevertheless, you know, male teachers have done that same thing to female students, you know. So you've got a boarding school that houses all girls and you're going to have male staff.
Especially at nighttime is just insane. And even being left alone and stuff like that with students, because the fact that this has happened, like, it's just disgusting to me. Because as well, it should be a place, especially because these girls, you know, come from hard like, you know, lives and stuff like that. It should really be a place for them to be able to just be comfortable, you know, and not have to
and
worry
I'm sorry
about stuff,
to say it, but some of the carry on.
But I'm not being funny. In the places they grow up, this is already a thing, you know, of these young girls being pregnant at such young ages.
True.
So then to be sent to this school, and this school is supposed to be sent to not only like help them learn and stuff like that, but to protect them from that. And this is what's happening. It baffs me.
One review that I saw, it was a young girl. She said that her parents had applied for her to attend the academy. She said she passed all the tests and everything. And she said there were several girls in her village that also applied. And she said that they asked for some documents. I think it was her grades. And her parents sent them in, and then she was supposed to get a home visit, which is all part of the process. And apparently, nobody showed up for the home visit. And a couple of days before school was supposed to start, her father called the school and inquired, and they told her her father that her application was unsuccessful, which she couldn't understand why, because she said she'd passed
every bit up until that point.
And she said she asked the other girls in the village who had also, none of them got in, which once again, is there a criteria?
Yeah, or because I'm not being funny as well, but okay, for this one, for instance, we heard that it was her foster mother that had something to say. So first of all, not biological parents, meaning this girl has already been through the system in a certain way. This and saying it's the father that was inquiring is going to make me assume there's two parents in his household, so they're not going to be as quick to
but can I also, that's a very good point, Skylar, and can I also highlight the fact that when a lot of females and even males that get trafficked come from backgrounds where it's underprivileged, it's impoverished, single parent, because I'm sorry, I don't always agree with that statement. Being a single parent, and I was obviously before I got married, so I'm not down with the stigma on single parents, but there is a stigma against single parents, especially single mothers. So, more of an easy target, like, can I remind you of like Ali Carter type situation? And even though her mum was implicit in it, that's the point I'm making, is it's easier to
target.
Yes. Yeah. And manipulate.
Definitely.
Because when you come from somewhere where you don't have nothing, and you probably don't get, the love and the attention and so on and so forth, as you pointed out, the young girl her foster mother, she's already in the system, and so therefore has, more than likely already suffered sexual abuse at the hands of people. Do you know what I'm saying? And so she knew what she was doing, right? Oprah knew what she was doing. And I think the thing that gets to me is that she's using the fact that she came from an impoverished background. Yeah. She was sexually abused. She's using that to draw these people in. Yeah. And it's really sad, because it's evil, basically. It's evil, and goodness knows what else has gone on in that school that just hasn't been brought to attention, because I'm really surprised that I'd never heard about this at the time. It wasn't on mainstream news. It's very convenient.
This is the first time I'm hearing a black sheep at a school, full stop. Like, I didn't even know.
I heard about this 2 days ago.
Like, it's actually
2 days ago. I didn't even know she had a school, much less, So
you think, sorry, but that is something really big. Like, you know about like Kanye's school and stuff like that. So,
but it just goes to show that all that glitters is not gold. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who's anybody would think, oh, Oprah Winfrey, a school for girls, like, everybody would be fighting to send their daughters there until. Do you know what I mean? So if I come across any more information, we'll definitely bring an update if anybody's interested. But on that note, I think we'll leave it here. But I hope the school burns down to the ground when the girls are not there. That's all I have to say on that. But on that note, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and as always, sending an abundance of love and light. It's goodbye from me, Michelle, and goodbye from Skylar.
Bye.
Bye.